think the Ezreal pick makes sense, given what you're playing into. A bit of a safer pick.
All right.
I honestly, you know what? Nameplate's off.
I mean, nameplate's off. We're not even playing this game. We're just going to go to game 2.
Yeah.
Nameplate's on. We might have a game of League of Legends.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And this is the most Gen G thing to do. As far as the top side of the map, the Keen Sante, Chovy, like, choose me a random handsome melee champion in the mid lane. I want to play that. And they are just going to lock that one in. This game is all about, can Canyon get 13 kills in the first 8 minutes of the game?
Yep, it is literally that. It's all about Canyon in this game, how heavily he can snowball.
But they still might win, ladies and gentlemen. They're currently 17-0. Let's get onto the Rift.
Absolute split situation. We'll see what Canyon can do with this, how much he can deny.
Whoa. Duro is just flashing onto hype. He may just die as a result, and in fact he does. You know, that Canyon is back in the enemy jungle again.
That little maneuver, that Duro death, that cost 7 million channel points.
Yeah, that was a lot of channel points. But remember, they've been donated at massive amounts throughout the year.
Yeah.
Croco going to try and make this a 50-50 as best he can. The Hail of Arrows value is going to come on through there as it is Croco that locks it up. The Haymaker, though, keeps Chovy alive, and Closer just burns down to Duro. Gen G will even out the kills, but the Drake goes over to Bro. Lane and you channel, and they have to get the heck out, and you don't even have to flash, so you just do it again. All right, Chovy going to clear out a ward. True Shot Barrage only hitting onto Croco here, and Chovy going down incredibly low. Another Haymaker to try and save his life as he doesn't have flash. He's just going to burn down. He is dead. As Keen, he has to flash away. The Permafrost is still going to connect, and there is Closer landing the ulti. The all out here from Keen as the Keen Sante is trying to stay alive, and now he's doing more than that. He wants to kill Polu. He wants to kill them all, but in fact, he just dies.
Yeah. Maybe could sneak back in to pick up a grub himself, so Croco, no health, will just take one and back off, but 2 more kills coming in. Bro, happy to take those. Yeah.
Like maybe they're saying, oh, we're publicly executing our tax deductions. You know, like maybe that's what they're worried.
Have a lot of DPS overall. Now they are going for the Herald. Will we see Bro contest?
Well, they are moving over. Teleport is going to bring them in as Closer off to the side. There's a heroic charge. As a big shield from Duro, and the equalizer, fantastic once again, right on top of Chovy, but he just walks his way out, and now Keen continuing to fight here. The dive forward from Duro, he gets a big heal from that Primal Surge, but it's a 1-for-1 in the end as the re-engage comes through the face breaker, the Haymaker, it's Chovy all over again, and the Bro tax ain't enough to save them in that fight.
Gen G's team fighting so crisp, so clean, and the Bros get baited in, ain't able to clean up there. Now, Mystic Shot doesn't connect. Herald comes through. I thought Canyon was going to chase after him.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, oh, that's not the driving I was expecting. Never mind, it's okay.
Ruler?
Oh, in the ruler spot. Well, there is your Bro tax at work, ladies and gentlemen. Fight as we're going to have a look at this once again. This was how Ruler did die.
I'm assuming he wanted to kill Hype.
Arcane shift forward.
Yes.
Situation. At least he denies Hype from getting the kill. There is that. Just gone.
They're letting it go. I honestly, I think this might be the right call. I think pushing into an area where you don't have vision, the vision control heavily favors Gen G. And even if you land an arrow from Varus, it can just be healed up by Nidalee.
Yeah. It's poke and counter poke as Chains of Corruption just picks the gap. And this tower is very not long for this world. Keen able to get out of there as once again Duro going in the Magnet Storm to save his top laner's life, but maybe not his own. As Chovy going to separate Croco, just utilizes the showstopper, takes out the jungler, and maybe it's time for another con, but 1-for-1 trade, perhaps it's just not enough. Oh my god, the hubris on this man is absurd. But Duro, he can certainly stop this Sejuani from getting in, but he is able to just walk on over. Doesn't have a whole lot of friends in the vicinity, and look at this, there are wards everywhere for Gen G. Closer looking to get in, unbinds the soul pretty early on, and the Baron down to 5k. Croco could possibly get in here as Polu's going to evict Ruler. That is a lot of the damage now missing from the fight, but the three-man queue comes through from Keen. He goes all out, tries to get into that backline as he does die, but it allows Ruler to get back into the fight. Now Chovy, it's his turn to frontline, but they chain CC him. They destroy him, and it's Hype that picks up a triple. Is it a pentarangle? That's the question. The answer is, do they even survive against Canyon? He really wanted that one. The Mystic Shot, though, is what cuts down Closer. And these health bars are too low. Ruler is hiding them out, but it's Hype that finds the arrow. And Canyon, he will be able to stop them from getting over here because they have about 100 health collectively. Still, that is a bro team fight win. Thank you for the bro tax.
Maybe not when it's a triple stack Infernal as well.
Yeah. We'll double check on that. There is some more purple. There's a knockup on a Chovy. Your money at work immediately. But the Haymaker, oh my god, that did so much. That Blood Mail, man, that really does work with this set. My god.
Yeah. Croco, Krugs, not that important. They were on a control ward as well.
And we didn't even see whether he got the Krugs.
Guys, this is the lack. He felt like he had to do Krugs because of the bro tax.
Yeah.
The lack of it.
Yeah, he needed the money. He couldn't afford the next item. The Baron is just gone as a result. And bro, can they corral them? Can they kill some of these Barons? Slow down Gen G. Oh, Chovy thinks that maybe he's going to kill them. Canyon chasing after them as well, spears in hand in the mid lane there. Playing this 4-1 actually kind of beautifully. It was the 4-stack on the top side of the map with Keen in mid. Now they've moved Chovy towards the bottom side as Canyon needs to go golden. He will, as there's the Magnus Storm as well. The Superplex to bring out Morgan, but the Keeper's Verdict gets rid of the set. How is Canyon alive? Why? What? How did you? What? It's not allowed. Morgan now is just going to get punched by Chovy 3 times and he's dead. This is not fair. We paid out bro tax. They were supposed to survive. How are 3 dead and Canyon's still alive?
Now Gen G looking to push for the end.
I agree with you, Digon. That was BS. That was not fair.
So much was spent. So much was spent on this game. I don't know if we can recover.
I don't think so. First Nexus turret gonna go down. The Haymaker's doing so much damage as the Keen Sante is going all out as they look for the last remaining kill. There it is. Kill comes through. That is the ace. 0-0-10 for Canyon on this Nidalee as they destroy the Nexus. 1 away from the perfect season.
I just got in touch with the Bro Tax Financial Division.
Oh no.
And they've said, do you want to know what percentage of the Bro Tax funds were used in that game?
Oh no, what is it?
137%.
Oh god, so we're gonna need you guys to please.
You now know that like you can just pick Kai'Sa into this because Lucian's not, you're not playing against like a long range thing that's gonna pull you out of the lane. So I think Gen G's composition is pretty good.
Well, do you know what this is? This is called reverse psychology. You try something the first time around, they're like, oh, we've shoehorned Gen G into a composition that doesn't look that good on paper. The opposite happens, right? They look great. You know, these picks look designed for these players and they make you look silly. What if we just did the opposite thing? What if we gave them all of the best meta champions in every single role outside of maybe the Kai'Sa isn't necessarily top of that one at this point in time, and then they're not as good? Maybe that's the bro reasoning. One against the undefeated Gen G. Top of the rift, see how it goes. Even if he hasn't been in the LPL for quite some time.
Yeah, it's fun to watch, you know.
Yep, it's for my Millennium Falcon. It's all right. Keen is into trouble. He is getting scared, and you can see why. That is the Lord picking up the first blood. He's level 5. They're just going to walk up to Keen. Let's see whether Keen can outplay this. It's going to be real difficult as Chovy comes over. This might save it as Keen, underneath this turret, he's so incredibly low. Hype is going to be able to pick up the kill, but the turret gets mad at him. Chovy now in a whole host of trouble himself, and down he will go. The dive could not be better by the bros.
He's securing this money. Gen G are posturing to contest this, though.
Yeah.
Morgan has no TPs walking over.
Well, there is the smite from Croco. He makes things dark, but the Pop Blossom is going to get spell shielded, but Hype does get picked up. Now Croco able to dive on top of Duro, who's tanking up a lot. It does eventually go down, but that is just the support. In trade for 3, I think Gen G are happy about that one, and Keen looking for his revenge. Hype forced to flash away, and he will get himself out of the pit. Now Canyon just goes over and takes the remaining grubs and calls it a day.
3 Ultima Hunter stacks and the Hex Plate. So his ult is a very short
He
cooldown.
might be able to use it like a dash on Ambessa. That'd be very fun. As Polo, not as fun. He's going to get taken down to 300 health. Hype, no one to really cull, but still, that is going to be the Dragons evened out. Oh, Infernal Soul.
Okay.
Here in this game, number 2.
Yeah. Really insightful. Sometimes it can be simple.
Sometimes, like, don't die, Morgan, please. He is not going to be able to do anything about that.
You know what, Max?
Yes. It wasn't very good. But no. I did have a very immersive experience, and I do like that. As Keen is going to have an immersive experience into the Death Chamber. Here as Closer is going to close in on him. He might be able to do a bit of damage here to Morgan, but he's not. So down goes the Gwen. They return the favor. And we are going to see yet another fight. This time everyone's here. The flash comes in. Oh, that's a phenomenal shove back there from Closer, but the answer is even better from Gen G. Hype gets interrupted. He's so far forward as the Acathian rains down, but Morgan, he doesn't get anyone with the counter-strike, and now he's just looking silly as Ruler gets yet another one, and Closer is the last man standing. It looked like a decent start to the fight for the Bros, but ended like a horror story. I think I've seen some canisters.
Another Infernal Dragon for Gen G.
Yes, you're exactly right. Closer decided he wanted to get out, and Chovy said no.
Yeah, he didn't.
He's so charming. He just convinces Closer to stick around.
He didn't know you were there.
Fun time, not a long time. And it's not a long. Look at that. He even managed to question mark ping.
But like, it was good
in the
reaction,
middle of that.
But he was unaware. He was just like,
yeah.
What?
Yeah. He actually just said, "What is this?" Fox is dying. Meanwhile, there's a bit of a thing happening here on the top side of the map as Croco does manage to kill Keen.
Oh, it's all gone.
But it's a double kill for Duro.
Oh,
no.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
All right. Well, we've got the Wukong's going to drive Shelly into another turret.
You know what?
Ruler is keen to go home, I think.
It was a fun day.
The ping was like almost at exactly the same time as the charm. That was what was so impressive about it. They both react. Oh my god, speaking of which, the charm gonna connect onto Hype. Chovy going for a bit of a drive-by here as the resets are starting to come in. There's another one. It's a different story. As Canyon, he's scared of Morgan. You just saw that, right? The scared Yuumi?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, the Bros aren't gonna get this dragon.
Whoa, don't speak too early. They could Nocturnal in and... No, I'm not going to get this. Oh, Polu.
Okay, Polu goes in. I don't know what I was talking about by the parent.
How come they're playing so far up and aggressive? The guy's Dragon died 30 seconds ago.
Yep, Chovy goes in, finds the point-blank charm, and down goes the Nautilus. And there is the paranoia. Keen just says, I don't care about your seismic shove. You're going to have to, just get out of there. Duro is thinking about ganking, but he is by himself. Actually, he's not thinking about ganking. He's just defending his team because they're taking Baron.
Yeah. Ooh, they don't have a blue trinket.
All right.
RTP and they know they're going.
Chovy will once again find that point-blank charm, and the Baron is just gone. There's the Pop Blossom. It's only onto one, but it's onto the priority target, and Closer will go down. Morgan gets into the back line. The Cyclone's there, though, and Morgan is trying to get out and is denied. Oh my god, the damage from this composition is absurd! And it's Polu that dies last in the fight. That's just how good the target selection is here for Gen G. They'll take the ace alongside the Baron, and they will look to finish off this round robin 18-0 here in LCK 2025, and will undoubtedly be the best team in LCK after this regular season, and looking like formidable opposition heading towards the road to MSI.
Even the final bosses of the Bros, with all the Bro attacks in the world behind them, couldn't take them down.
I think that they are developing a whole lot more awareness of the blue shells that could be coming their way.
Now, this is a huge achievement.
Yeah.
Not easy to do. We've seen before, like, teams have made this 18-0 run. We've seen Gen.G often get long records, but even they've before had like KT have an upset. It's hard to consistently, when patches change, still come out and put on these clean performances.
1.1k POM. When it was POG, getting over 1,000 points was impressive. And there was, 2 wins in each game. And he has 1.1 in POM.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Dear for the POM interview translation, joined by Chovy on the side of Gen.G. Congratulations!
네, 이렇게 젠지가 18연승에 성공하면서 1, 2라운드 전
With the 18th consecutive victory in the bag, Gen.G has set a record for going undefeated across runs 1 and 2. So, thoughts on this milestone? We're just so busy in trying to win, and just before I knew it, we were setting such a good record and we went undefeated. So I'm just really happy and it feels amazing. And in game 1, mid-set made an appearance comp-wise. What strength were you looking for? I don't think we've been seeing a lot of AD mid. And I think we have been practicing a lot of this AD like set mid, and I think we just saw a really good angle to pull him out today. So how was playing him on stage today? Despite some mistakes here and there, I think he's pretty decent. No, I just haven't been able to hit my W flash, so I'm just a little disappointed about that. After letting the opponent take their preferred Sejuani and Yone picks, it was impressive to see Gen.G win trades. So despite some disadvantage, how did you come up with a game plan? Yeah, comp-wise, it could have gone bad, but I think we just had to just make it work since we were able to team fight like how we usually do as Gen.G. And you played on red side again in game 2, so what was the key point of the draft here? For game 2, because the enemy banned Azir, I think it was just really in between Talia, and I think I just had to go with whatever we can counter Talia with in the end. And we're always curious about your itemization. Last time you went with Bloodletter's Curse with Ahri, and today you went with Banshees. So can you walk us through the item builds? Since the Liandry's got nerfed and a lot of the enemy's comp had a lot of AP, I just went with Banshees, but today I think I ended up going with Ionian Boots because I just didn't have enough money to buy sword shoes, so I think that was just spur of the moment decision making throughout the game. Across rounds 1 and 2, you only dropped 5 games. So how do you look back on this? I think when I look back, reflecting back, I feel like it's just tells us how well we did, and I think we just have to focus on all the matches that we have ahead of us. And you have taken so many POMs throughout. So did you expect to get so many? Yeah, I got 11 POMs out of 18, and I just didn't expect that I would get more than half, obviously. And I guess, whoever got the least POM, that player probably just has to step up. I wonder who that is. And as you know, only one spot is left in Legend Group. And depending on tomorrow's Nongshim versus D plus Kia, either KT or D plus Kia can join Group Legends. So any predictions? I think I need to do a good job answering this question. As a spectator, I just want to have fun watching. I just want some bloody, intense battle. Chovy is definitely looking forward to watching tomorrow's match. Now that you have finished undefeated, you will be participating in Road to MSI in Busan. So what mindset will you head in with? While going undefeated, it is a good result, but if we don't do well in Road to MSI, nothing really, it doesn't really pay off. So that's what we really need to focus on. That's the crucial part. So we will not let our guards down and we will prepare hard. And any words for your fans? Thank you so much for all the support, and please continue supporting us and look forward to us performing. And that's the end of the interview with Chovy, and back to the space. Thank you.